I'm gonna get in trouble for telling you guys this. Hey, what is up, guys? It is Harrison Barron, the Millennial Entrepreneur, and like I just said, I may get in some trouble for telling you guys this, but I think it really needs to be exposed in the business world. Now, if you're a business owner, this is definitely for you. If you're a consumer, you need to watch this so you can understand how all of this works, because this blew my mind. Now, I learned about this a couple years ago, and now that I own my own business, this is something that I absolutely needed to bring up because it is very sketchy that business owners do this. And I'm not blaming the business owner, I'm actually blaming these agencies for creating these awards, right? They create awards for everything, and all of these awards are actually paid for entirely. There is no actual winning in any of these. It's all who's willing to take the cash out of their pocket and pay these companies. Now, I didn't really believe this for a long time, and some of the newer awards that maybe have just started typically will actually go in a voting system. But after a little while, they realize, hey, we could make some money doing this, right? And then they start to say, hey, you know what? We're gonna throw in like a 2-page article about you, and in our magazine, we're gonna have this beautiful dinner, right? And ultimately, you can have all of this if you're willing to spend one small price of X amount of dollars, right? And it's not like a couple $100 that these are, right? I've been actually nominated like top CEO on Long Island like 2 or 3 times, and outstanding, 30 under 30 a couple times, and it's pretty cool to actually have the awards, and ultimately you're paying for these awards, right? Because I had somebody that all you have to do is nominate somebody. So if you know somebody that's already won, all they have to do is put in a phone call and say, hey, I'd recommend Harrison for next year, right? I've actually gotten several of these recommendations, and I've never actually taken any of them. The reason being is they are extremely expensive for literally no gain. Now, when I say no gain, I mean all you get to do is put it on your website and you get published in a paper. Now, are you guaranteed to get business out of it? No. Is there an opportunity to get business out of it? Absolutely. No. So those opportunities actually come from the night of the dinner and seeing what other people have won in those awards. But other than that, there's really no crazy benefit. Now, to the public, you as a consumer, can actually go and see a lot of these awards are all bought and paid for, and this is super controversial, and this is why I'm mentioning this. So if I go missing, right, I didn't kill myself, all right? This is something that is terribly corrupt in the business world. People make fake awards, which I'm not against people making awards, but it is a pay-to-play world, and this is probably something that most people didn't know. I, working in technology, especially in sales, had no idea. 1 year back in my old job, we were on the brink of losing, and one of the reps basically said, hey, you're not winning, right, because of votes, but if you pay X amount of dollars, the chances of you winning will be extremely high. We're like, what? What are you saying right now? I'm like, are you saying that we could basically pay to win? She's like, no, I didn't say that, but you would get more exposure to win. And I was like, hold on, but if I don't spend it, I'm probably going to lose. But what if I had a bunch more people vote? And she's like, no, you need to get in front of the most amount of people possible on our platform to get those votes, and this is how much it would cost to do it. She basically told me that there is no way we could have possibly won unless we spent money. Now, this is the first time I heard it, and I was like, you know what? Whatever. This is now Best of Long Island. So shout out to you guys for taking people's money. Now, this was kind of corrupt, and I kind of blew it off because I really didn't think anything of it, and I was like, maybe it's just their way of going about it, and hey, we're going to send you this beautiful plaque. They always make it seem like your money's actually going into something good, and it's really not. Then after that, now I had gone out on my own, and I had gotten a couple nominations. One was like 30 under 30 from, I forget exactly what agency or, publication was going to give it to me. And basically they said, hey, you get a night out, you get 2 pages in our magazine, we're going to do a little write-up, we're going to go take some professional headshots. Now, I'm not saying that there wasn't value behind any of these, but she's like, yeah, as long as you do that, you're going to, you pay us $2,500, you're actually going to, you'll get your 30 under 30. And I was like, wow, so I'm not actually being selected for 30 under 30 because I did something amazing. I'm getting selected for 30 under 30 because I'm the only one that's willing to spend, I think it was like $2,500 for their base package, and then $5,000, and then $10,000 and $15,000. I mean, these packages are crazy expensive. It blew my mind. Now, I didn't even think about any of these, and I haven't really heard too much about these awards recently because I really haven't been networking. Obviously, the whole pandemic, a lot of these things have really taken a back seat on a lot of it. But now I just got another email. It's like, hey, Harrison, you've been selected on a short list of CEOs to be like top, I don't know, 10 something. And I'll pull up the email right now. and you could actually go through and read it, pause this video, or go back and watch it. But it's so crazy to me, and I'm actually going to follow up on this and see how much money they want. I'm really kind of curious to see how much money they actually want for me to earn a certain title of me being a business owner or anything like that. And this kills me to see, because these people aren't, and look, I get it, to get found as a business owner and to get, the publicity you want and things like that, you have to create content, which is what I'm doing. You have to go out and you actually have to go do something. But for a lot of these awards, there's a lot of fake awards out there that really don't particularly care about anything. And I use air quotes because there are some awards that are legit. When they first start out, they may actually be looking for, I don't know, the company that comes up with the best invention, or the company that proves themselves the best in a certain area, right? Wix ran an award thing where, hey, if you could get the best SEO possible and the most amount of traffic in, a 6-month period to a website, you won an award, right? You actually had to go do something for these awards, which I'm very much so in favor of. But there are so many awards, and I don't know which awards are pay to play, which is probably the worst part about it, because there's so many awards out there that are pay to play, where you just take money out of your pocket and you win. There's no catches, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You spend X amount of dollars, you win the award. 30 under 30, 40 under 40, 50 under 50. These are all awards that can all be bought and paid for, right? And there are, what's the difference between me being a top CEO on Long Island versus a top CEO in California? Just where I spend my money. I mean, I could probably be top CEO in California if I open up an office and spend $5,000, right? It really wouldn't be all that difficult. It's kind of insane to do that. Now, the other flip side of it is people are probably like, well, what awards are legit? And I'm not verifying that any of these awards are legit, but they go actually based on a voting system, and you might not win an award, but you kind of get a seal of approval, which is reviews. And I think that reviews are the great equalizer amongst the internet. Now, some people absolutely hate reviews, which is fine, and some people absolutely love reviews. The people that typically hate reviews are usually the people that have not the greatest products. The people that love reviews are typically the people with great products. And I think a lot of people, like G2 is a huge review platform. If you make a great software that's, noteworthy or newsworthy, right, G2 will help promote it almost. And you'll see, based on what people like myself actually leave as far as information in a review, that will help you get, notified or, earn an X amount of stars on these platforms. Now, there's a handful of them out there. G2 is just the one that sticks out to me. But these are all different ways that you can actually go win something. You can go do something for these awards. There's no catches to it. It's all review based. So if you have, a great product or a great company or a great service, people are going to reward you handsomely for it with great stars. Now, you still have to ask for these stars, which probably makes it even harder to get good reviews, because people are much more eager to give a bad review than a positive review. But go based on reviews. If people have good reviews and great testimonials scattered all over the place, and there's really no negative comments anywhere, chances are pretty good it's a great company to either work with or work for or anything like that. On the flip side of things, if the company has bad reviews or, think about it, right? Especially startups. The CEO of the company probably doesn't have that many awards, because if I spent $5,000 when they originally wanted it, they started it off at $5,000. I was like, look, if you have anything cheaper, it was $2,500 to be 30 under 30 best on Long Island. It was crazy to me to think that I could spend that much money in the beginning stages of my business. Now, if I could do that, yeah, sure. I mean, maybe, but now that I know the awards are BS and I can make a YouTube video exposing literally all of these companies, right? Why wouldn't I do that? Now, I think it's a ridiculous concept to have pay to play that anybody could go in. All you gotta do is you could probably I'd be willing to bet that you could call them up and say you want an award, and they'll tell you how much it costs, and you could go get that award, right? It is insane to me to think that that is possible. But then again, that is how awards are created. So if you see a CEO, if you see an entrepreneur that has all of these awards, just know chances are pretty good they spent a lot of money on them, right? And I'm not hating on that. They may or may not have actually earned those awards. Some of them they may have paid for, all of them they may have paid for, or they may have won all of them. Do your due diligence. And how do you do that? You just got to go on Google, find videos like this, find reviews of those awards, and see if they're legit. The sad part is most people are not going to tell you if they're legit or not, because that's just not what they want to do. But it is a crazy, lucrative business. It is crazy to think about. People can just fire up these awards whenever they want, and other people can't. So just keep that in the back of your mind. Awards, for the most part, are bought and paid for. They are not earned, for the most part. It's a really sad thing to say, but this is how a lot of the world, the economy, and awards are given out. So when you see it, go in with a little skepticism. That's all I'm saying. That's all I want to share with you guys. But if you really want these awards and you like these awards, go pay for them. They're not cheap. I would say most awards probably fall in the, I would say low end of $500, probably up to the high end of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And the vast majority of them, if I had to guess, between $1,000 to about $10,000 for a lot of these awards. If you want a local award, just go ask around. Say, hey, is there any awards I could win or anything like that? This is going to help you grow your business and that kind of stuff. Now, I apologize for the pond. If you guys hear the pond, it's a beautiful day here in North Carolina. I had to share it with you. My apartment is an absolute disaster because we had a massive flood. But tomorrow we should be back in front of the computer. I have a bunch of stuff to teach you guys. Other than that, I'll see you guys later. Bye.